and you did it in short order. So I was so impressed with this woman, and she has since gone on to form a beautiful project. It's called the Park Project, Perform Acts of Random Kindness. Among other things, you're a motivational speaker, and thank you so much for coming today.
Oh my goodness, I am overjoyed that you would invite me to chat. It's been many, many years, and I think the reason why you may have hesitated on my name is because you knew me before my name was Marley Q. Casanova.
I wanted to call you Marley Quinones.
Quincoces,
and then I was going, no, it's not that.
That's why I legally just put the Q in the middle.
That was good.
Just Quincoces. That's it. Everyone messes up that name anyway. So Marley Q. Casanova.
So what was it? Quincoces? Quincoces. Yeah, I never could say the name.
Nobody could. Yeah, but right. In honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, my birth name is Marlene de la Caridad Quincoces.
There you go. There's a mouthful.
So you're welcome. That's why I changed it legally.
And it's so funny that you're talking about the Hispanic heritage, because that's where we met after we haven't seen each other in at least a year. And we went to the Heritage Festival that they had at the International Mall. And of course, you were there, and she was actually an honoree. So that was pretty impressive.
Yeah. What was really special about that event at Miami International Mall is when I started working at the city of Doral, fresh out of college, I was 23 years old. My first event that I helped to plan and produce was together with Miami International Mall at the same location, the same Hispanic Heritage event, and 20 years later, being invited back to be honored, like not behind the stage and like running around, but on the stage being awarded was just super humbling. I was so happy, and to be able to see you there and reconnect and get invited here is amazing.
And we've all known each other forever and ever. But before we start, I got to thank our sponsors.
Please thank our sponsors.
You know how important that is.
Yes.
Okay. Week after week, South Florida PBS sponsors our show, and they have this wonderful exhibit that's amazing. The pharaohs from Cheops to Ramses the third. Ramses
the second.
The second. Okay, got to get that right. Anyway, it's such an amazing exhibit in Boynton Beach, and they have if you liked the Da Vinci one that they did, this is even better. It's so amazing. Anyway, it's running through November. I don't know if we have a final date on it yet.
You've got some time to check it out.
Absolutely. And they do such wonderful things. They bring kids from Dade, Broward County. They let them in for free. So different people will sponsor the buses and that kind of stuff. And they're able to bring just thousands of kids it's quite a learning experience. I mean, I learned a lot, but there was so much. I said, I have to go back and revisit this so I can take it all in, because it's just so much. It's almost overwhelming. But, God bless them for bringing that to us. And
God bless them for sponsoring this podcast and all of this. I think
there's more coming up. That they have other exhibits coming up. So down the road, look for a lot of good stuff coming. Anyway, so let's get back to you. So perform acts of random kindness. I think we did. I remember doing some 5Ks.
Oh, yeah. You want to talk about those?
Oh, those are so much fun.
You mentioned that at the intro, and I think it's so special, and especially with this recognition during Hispanic Heritage, to reflect on 20 years.
And what you've done in the last 20 years.
20 years to be able to look back and think of I call them PARK projects. PARK is an acronym for Perform Acts of Random Kindness. And my project, or my mission, really since I've been 10 years old, the foundation is about 15 years old. But I've been trying to spread kindness as an inspirational message since I was 10. I actually delivered a TEDx talk on this topic and the story. So if you're into TEDx, have you checked it out?
No.
My TED Talk, my first one, I'll share it with you. It's called Kindness is Your Superpower. You can find it on YouTube. And I was pregnant with my first child when I delivered that talk. And in that talk, I talked about the 5K Park Fest, which was our first kind of big festival to inspire people to park, to perform acts of random kindness. It was on the 10th anniversary of 9/11.
Right.
And we didn't have any community event, I thought, that was inspirational, that was actually to thank our servicemen and women and our heroes that ran towards the terror, right? And to protect us. So I decided with a small little group of volunteers to put this 5K on at the city of Doral, which is the home of the United States Southern Command headquarters, Miami-Dade Fire Rescue, the police department. And I'm like, wow, why don't we just do a 5K walk run through the U.S. Southcom? Sure. To this day, we're the first and only, maybe they've let some other events in since then, but that I know, the first and only 5K that was allowed to run through this military base, right? And it was such a beautiful effort. We produced it totally volunteer driven in under 3 months. We had over 600 runners come. We ran out of like the race bibs, which is a good problem.
Yeah, no, I remember.
And it was beautiful. We had every branch of the military present. We had, families they came out with, maybe soldiers that had, lost their life during this time. And it was just such a beautiful community effort.
Stage.
We had a stage. We had the mayor and council. They proclaimed it Park Project Day. It was amazing.
And I remember, I'll never forget how you entered and you had the fire trucks with their crossing ladders crossing. So everybody went through this
huge
amazing,
American flag.
It was so so inspiring.
That makes me so happy to hear that it's still a memory for you, that it's still something that you...
It's not something you'd ever forget.
It's just, that's so special, right? As a former award-winning retired event planner who poured my heart and soul into creating events like this and burnt out in that process. Sometimes I don't like to think about, like that time because it was so stressful.
It had to be because you did it in such a short time.
And this year, again, being able to reflect on the past 20 years and what we were able to do, what we've been able to do as people, everyday superheroes like you. Miami Community Newspapers was a part of that event from the very beginning.
Yeah.
And to spread this message of kindness, in a world that sometimes feels super dark and our attention is kind of hijacked into all the negative that's going on. It's so refreshing and beautiful to hear that acts of kindness, park projects like the one that we did so long ago still matters.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And I'm sure every one of those police and fire that were participating in that and police that were participating had to, and that has to be a memory for it. If as a participant, but can you imagine if you're one of the honorees and how satisfying it is to know that, somebody cares and somebody thanks you.
That we care. The event was to celebrate, honor, and remember our servicemen and women. And we didn't just have this one-day event. The beautiful thing is that part of the registration fee, we donated it. We decided to park for our servicemen and women, and we donated, I'm pretty sure it was like $13,000, which, listen, for a first-year event.
That's amazing.
It's amazing.
First, to have the people show up that you had, there were a lot to get. I don't know how many you had. It was over 500.
It was over 600. We stopped counting after that. It was kind of crazy.
When you ran out of shirts, you go, well, we had at least this many because we had that many shirts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that event was able to grow. It grew. We actually applied for the Miami Herald Business Plan Challenge one year. We won third place.
Yeah.
It turned into the 5K Park Fest, where now everyone can participate. Yes, I said participate.
Yeah.
And choose what cause they cared about. So that, over the course of the 5 years that we hosted that event, we did it in Doral, then in Miami Beach, and then at historic Virginia Key Beach Park.
I remember Miami Beach.
That was 2014.
Yeah.
And then at historic Virginia Key Beach Park, we did it there the last 2 years. Yeah. And all that effort, all of the thousands of people that participated, that event even had a virtual component before virtual was a thing. And we were able to raise well over $50,000 to benefit over 100 small nonprofits here in South Florida.
Okay. And then you burn out.
And then I burnt out, my friend. I burnt out. And burnout is a little bit of a buzzword right now, but it really is a crisis. Burnout is a problem. It's a big deal. I experienced it multiple times. But for the last time was definitely October of 2016. At the end of our 5K Park Fest, I just realized I'm out of gas. After 2 decades of beating my nervous system in one of the top 5 most stressful professions you can have. Believe it or not, event planning.
Oh, yeah.
Is one of the top 5 most stressful professions you can have. So shout out to all the event planners. But I didn't have any tools. I didn't have any wellness or self-care skills. So here I am, the founder of a movement to spread kindness and inspire people to be kind, who is unwilling to direct any of that kindness to herself. So I burnt out and really went on this wellness journey. I actually became a yoga instructor. I never thought I would be even practicing yoga, let alone teaching yoga, and really more about wellness in the workplace. How can we feel well while at work, doing this service-driven work that we love, focused on caring for other people, but also reminding ourselves that we need some of that kindness towards ourselves. So it's been a journey, and I'm here, just feeling so happy, so humbled, really, to be able to be talking about park and kindness, but that it includes me in the story now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a different story. It's a much better one.
Yes. But when you're doing nonprofit work, it's hard not to, because you're so passionate about it.
Exactly.
It's hard to say no.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it is.
So you do have to take time for yourself and do things that you love.
Yes.
So I don't seem to get burnout very often. I think when I was working, when I said working,
I understand what you mean by that.
I'm talking. Yeah, when I wasn't working for stuff that I would be doing for free, like my job here.
I understand. I do.
Yeah, then you've got other people to be responsible for, because typically you didn't have people that. When you work in the city, you had bosses, and we all have had jobs where you have bosses or you have a board of directors you have to answer to, that kind of stuff. But when you work for yourself, you put the stress on yourself. Nobody else does. But it's much easier if you're putting the stress on yourself to do your yoga, to do stuff that keeps you grounded and stress-free.
And fills that cup. It fills that cup so that we can give from a place of overflow. See, like many service-driven people maybe, and my purpose with Park Project was to spread kindness. I just wanted to inspire people to park, to do the thing. I call them parkers. You're a parker. I'm a parker. Right. You're listening. If you're watching, hi, you're a parker.
You're a parker.
A parker is a person that performs acts of random kindness. And if that's my mission, it was actually pretty ridiculous when I'm burnt out and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I'm just going to go back and just get a job. And I was a good employee. I did really well. When
of course you were a good employee.
I was a good one. Like,
well,
this
you
is
did
just
have a staff.
Right, when I had a job. Yes, when I worked.
That's the thing. When you're doing volunteer work, you don't necessarily have people you can say, hey, I need you. It's like a volunteer. Will you please come help me?
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of begging.
Hey, come over. Exactly.
But when you have a cause that speaks to, to the core of who we are, like my cause was kindness. And I think kindness speaks to...
It speaks to every part of your life. If you're kind to people, it's amazing. My mother used to say, what is it? A teaspoon of honey is better than, I don't know. What's the saying? I can't remember it now.
I know it in Spanish.
Okay, what is it in Spanish?
Una cucharita de azúcar es mejor que vinagre. Like, a little spoon of sugar is better than vinegar.
It's better than vinegar. You're right. Well, I think it's like the same thing, only with lemon or something. Yeah. But But if you're kind to people or if you're nice to them, they're usually nice back. You know?
And I think that kindness, taking it a step further, or what I've learned from having my intention always just be externally focused, like kindness towards others. What I've learned in this journey of mirroring some of that kindness back is that when you actually take care and do the kind things for yourself, like scheduling that, play date, like doing, your spa days, like, scheduling that facial, like the things that you might need, having a beach day, taking a walk in nature, like whatever it is that brings you joy, actually tending to that makes you feel better. Like, it's not just about kindness and how good it makes you feel to do it for other people. It feels really good to receive kindness.
Yeah.
And as service-driven people, sometimes we lack that muscle. Like, we're really good at the kindness towards others muscle, really good at it, that we can plow through stress and burnout and just keep going until the day that we can't. But we're not that good at like the receiving muscle of kindness. And as we're entering the holidays, we're thinking, maybe you think that it's better to give than to receive. It's better to give than to receive.
Well,
do you think it's that?
I think I enjoy it more.
Exactly. It feels better to give than to receive, possibly.
But then I feel good. So that's my give back. I give to myself the joy of being able to give.
Yes,
So when
because
you
it's a give and receive. It's equally
So like
important.
when you're serving at Camilla's house or you're doing one of those things, the real gift is to yourself. And, I remember going to serving dinners or something once, and I remember a girlfriend of mine saying she thanked the people that allowed her to serve them. And I thought, she's right. They're giving us a kindness by allowing us to help them.
Yes,
Because
that's the
some
point.
people don't want to be helped.
Don't allow you the gift of receiving.
Yeah, right.
Like if it's like my friend says, you have a gift and you're trying to give it to someone. You're like, no, like it's a compliment. Let's say I come in here. I used to be the worst offender of this. Somebody would compliment me, Marley, oh my God, I love your hair. Oh, gosh, it's like frizzy today. It's like I haven't da-da-da. Or someone's like, oh, you have such a pretty smile. Oh, like just to deflect it or dismiss it. I was the worst until I realized how unkind that is. Someone is extending kindness to me and I'm like, literally saying like, I don't want that. That's not nice.
No, that's not nice.
Kind at all. So I practiced for a whole year, noticing the kindness that was being offered to me in the hellos, in the please, in the thank yous, in the good mornings, and all the little acts of kindness. It makes you so much more joyful. And then you can extend that joy, that gratitude, that cup that's overflowing. You can extend that to the people that you work with. You can give that to your family, to your kids, be more present. So I've just found that receiving kindness makes you feel well. It makes you more present, more grounded, and a lot more hopeful. And I think we need a lot more of that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So, tell me, what do you have plans for this for the holidays that are not going to cause you stress?
Thank you. Because when you change your mind from thinking that, a park project has to be this big thing, I come from the world of events. So when I started this initiative, it was about creating events and the bigger they are and the more people, the better and the more impact. And that burned me out. And what I realized, just take it back to basics. So if this holiday season, I can inspire you to park and pick a project that speaks to you. Is it Camilla's house? Is it feeding, the hungry? Is it going to schools and reading? Is it volunteering, at the exhibit here?
Tutoring.
Right? Is it tutoring? Is it what
Foster
speaks
care,
to you?
whatever.
That's your park project. And actually make it a point to schedule that, to reach out and say what's their volunteer calendar of events? Guys, we live in the most amazing time in human history where you can find out so much information very quickly. Okay. So none of us can have the excuse, I don't know where to start. Yes, you do. Start by asking, what do you care about? This holiday season is about giving, but also receiving. What's the gift that you can receive to yourself? Volunteer somewhere, give of your time, give of your energy, give of your resources and your money if that's a way that you want to give. But what I've learned coming up with thinking that a philanthropist was someone that just had a ton of money and their name on the wall. Park Project was really about the message, about the simple, small acts of kindness on a day-to-day basis that make a profound difference and have the power to ripple effect far beyond that interaction.
Yeah.
I've lived it over and over and over again. It's very humbling to be the spark of that.
Yeah,
so that's
absolutely.
What I would ask.
Yeah. So I remember one time you just went out with a bunch of water bottles, and was it into a mall or something, and you just gave people water.
Yes. We had a group, I think it was 6 or 8 of
hilarious.
us. It was Lincoln Road. It was on the beach, Lincoln Road.
Okay.
And there's so many tourists and people that come to Miami. And I think around that time, people were like, oh, Miami's the most unkind place, and we were rated most unkind place. I'm like, no, we're going to do a flash mob of kindness.
You were your own tourism committee.
We went out there. I had my niece and my nephew, my sisters, my boyfriend at the time. I don't even think we were married yet. I'm not sure. And we just handed out water bottles through Lincoln Road Mall and opened up doors and handed out stickers.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, these stickers, when I walk into...
Oh, wait, what happened to the little disc, the wooden disc?
Ooh,
I still have some.
So coins, little coins, yes. So we started creating these stickers and just handed them out. So I walk into, places and just see them on laptops. I still get a little emotional. I love it so much.
Yeah.
So it was stickers. We had little coins that you could track, and it was like a pay it forward token.
Yeah.
That is a project that we actually had to put on the shelf because our website got hacked. And that's just been on the shelf. But I really hope that we can bring that back and encourage more of this exchange of the currency of kindness, as I like to say.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But that was like they were numbered or something. I can't remember. And you were able to say,
track
okay,
it.
Who's got it now?
How far has this coin gone? Where is the story? Like, so that you can actually measure
Did
the
you find
impact.
that some came out, ended up outside the U.S.?
They really did, because my husband and I went on cruises. We used to do a lot of cruises, and we would hand them out during a cruise and like, oh, go ahead and register it and like share this message, and then we can see how far the coin tracked. It was a really beautiful project. Unfortunately, again, we had to sunset it for a while, but I'm hoping that's one of the projects we can bring back.
Oh, okay. So do you have any like events planned?
For right now, what's coming up is World Kindness Day is November 13th. And I do intend to host, a virtual event. I really pivoted during the pandemic, right? From doing live and in-person events and the burnout experience as well, kind of all led me to pivot to virtual. So we started doing virtual gatherings, right? I went from burnout to belonging. I just hosted October 10th was World Mental Health Day, and I just hosted the 4th annual Mankind Summit. And this was a virtual event to talk about mental health and the importance of talking about how we're doing with each other and being real and being grateful. Not so much mental illness. I'm not educated or I don't have the expertise to talk about mental illness. We're talking about mental health and how one of the ways that we can take care of our mental health is kindness,
right?
Connection, community, the things that you do each and every day, which is why it seems like you haven't aged a bit in the 20 years that we've known each other.
Oh, thank you.
Because you lead with kindness. You want a longevity tip? Be kind to yourself and to others.
To yourself and to others, right?
For real.
Yeah. So, I need water. I'm smiling and my lips don't move.
I was like, I took her back with the kindness, with the compliment. She was receiving the compliment.
I was receiving the compliment, right? Exactly.
But it's true. It's true. There's actually science.
Oh, thanks, honey.
He was on it.
Zoni, you're the best.
Really,
and
he's on
Zoni
it.
is our producer, and he's wonderful.
He's on it.
And obviously,
He's on it.
Okay.
There really
I can smile again.
There you go. There really was a study that kindness strengthens the telomeres, which are like the end caps of our cells, that as we age, those telomeres get shorter, which is how, we start to age. But kindness actually strengthens those telomeres, those caps, which keeps you from aging. This is real. Again, I'm not the scientist. Look it up. But there is studies on this. Telomeres. Kindness protects the telomeres, which are like the caps of your cells, so they don't, shorten and cause premature aging.
Oh,
it's true.
Maybe that's why I haven't shrunk yet.
Girl, you are rocking it. You just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, right.
Be kind.
Oh my God.
Spread kindness. Keep giving this beautiful platform, for people to spread the good causes, the good work. We need more. We need more Parkers like you.
Well, you know what? I think I'm in an area or in a business that is full of those Parkers.
I know.
And Michael and Grant, they're the best. But we really work as a team here. And Zoni, you're the best, Zoni. Zoni's almost a new guy on the block, but
this is a team effort.
He fit right in. But you're right about that. They just the idea of having people, you're surrounded by people that you really care about and that make you happy. Who doesn't want to come to work here?
Exactly.
I don't know anybody that doesn't enjoy working here. And that says a lot. It's from the top down.
100%. And I would say that the key to that is kindness in the workplace. Exactly. I believe kindness is the secret superpower that is missing in most workplace cultures, which is why there's so much stress and burnout and turnover and absenteeism and people just not feeling well at work, is because we're missing the crucial element that keeps us well and productive. It's kindness.
Oh, yeah.
It's kindness.
Well, you hear about people getting sick all the time. And why are you getting sick? Because they're not happy, or they're stressed out with work, and they're not, like you said, being kind to themselves.
Kindness, connection, community. Those things are probably missing.
Okay. And the reason that I set the clock at 25 is because we always go over.
Oh, we could talk
And
forever.
again, we are going over. So thank you so much for coming today. You're just a joy to be around all the time. And I fell in love with you the first time I met you. You're
Same.
just one of those, such a kind person. And you kind of radiate kindness. So it's perfect that you created this park project. And Zoni, thanks for your help today. South Florida PBS, God bless you for sponsoring the show week after week. And if you're not a member, viewers, I recommend that you join right away, because this magazine will give you an enormous ability to watch shows that are not only educational, entertaining, but also they have a healthcare channel. Get free information, so free healthcare, can't go wrong there. So join South Florida PBS, especially now. They could certainly use funding now. And